What if making your very first best financial year ever in your life does not begin with looking forward, but looking backward? You can't change where you're going unless you know where you've been. Let's uncover the patterns that have gotten you to where you are today, because we need to figure out where to take a right where you've been taking a left in order to reach your final destination, which is your financial future and being able to make decisions based on where you want to go, not where your bank account tells you you are. Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm here to tell you straight up like it is, no gloves, because it's time that we all hear this and let's start actioning it. If you're a woman over 40, if you're a woman over 50, and you are tired of not being able to go to bed at night knowing everything is taken care of regardless of how hard you've been trying, it is time to stop that cycle now. This is the year, and I don't care if it's July 22nd, the next 365 days is your year to make your financial goals a reality. Learn the skills you need so you don't have to think about it all the time. Nobody enjoys every minute of the day being reminded of their budget or their money. No. It is like everything else in life. It will become a habit and second nature. So come on, let's get on and meet your future self. She is going to thank you. Before you build your money plan for the rest of this 365-day period, you got to figure out where you've been, because you got right here. You are watching this video because you're not making the traction and getting to the destination that you want to go. So the very first thing we have to do is look backwards. When was the last time you actually looked with a fine-tooth comb at your bank statements, at your, I'm gonna say the bad word here, credit card statements? Because the truth be told, we're all using credit cards and we need to stop that. There's so many reasons why, but for this particular exercise, we want to stop paying somebody else for the privilege of using their money when you make your money and you owe nobody any additional part of that unless you choose to give it up because you haven't developed the skills to be self-controlled yet, but we're going to change that. So pull out all of your statements, your debit card statements, your credit card statements, anywhere that you pay bills from. We want to look at those statements, and we're going to sit down and we're going to go through each and every one of them. No, it's not fun, but it is required, and you should do this once, and then in 3 months we'll do it again, but it'll be so much easier. So go ahead, go and grab all of those statements. We're going to go through them. Get a notepad, because let's just go ahead and do this really old school for the simplicity of it, and let's start looking at where our money has gone for the past year. All right, so you've got all that collected. Great. Sit down, get your notepad. We're going to start making some columns. There's no shaming this. This is just simply a detective forensics look at somebody else's accounts. Go into it objectively. Do not judge yourself. But let's give a column for food, meals and entertainment, subscriptions, household bills, and this is going to be all your utilities, your homeowner's insurance, your renter's insurance, your mortgage, your rent payments, etc. Everything it takes to live at the address that you currently live at. We want to start defining where all of the different money went, and we're just going to put down those dollar amounts, okay? If you want to get a little fancier, you might even put the month or a date of when that transaction occurred, because some of these bills are annual, and we're going to eventually need to know what date does that bill arrive or need to be paid by. What month and date does this tax bill, insurance bill, etc. need to be paid by? Because as we build our future financial plan, we're going to need to know that information. But for this exercise, figuring out what we've done in the past year, just go ahead and give those big bucket columns. Now, if you find that you have repetitively spent money in the same category that I haven't already called out, give yourself a column for that. Get all of your subscriptions, everything down on paper, and then we're going to do a tally, and you're going to see where your money has gone over the past year. It's going to be startling. Don't judge yourself. This is just simply objective, non-emotional fact finding. Once you have those totals, look to see if there's any patterns that you need to become more aware of. Let's say binging on QVC or Amazon, etc. What was going on in your life? Because a lot of our spending is emotional, psychological, trauma-based, and we need to know what our triggers are. So sit with that list, look at the dates, look at all of your statements, and look at your calendar. and see what was going on around that time. When I divorced, for many years thereafter, even though I thought I was well past the SOB, turns out our human brains, our human hearts, our human psyche have some classic stages that it has to go through before he's truly in the rearview mirror, or whatever happened is in the rearview mirror. So you might be surprised that you have an annual spending pattern that is related to a broken heart, or having to put a beloved pet down, or maybe the loss of a parent, etc. These things happen. We're human. Don't judge yourself, but be aware of it. Because I have to tell you, the minute I became aware that I had these patterns, then the next year, when I saw myself reaching for that sleeve of Thin Mints or the extra cocktail in the evening, I could go, wait a minute. Ah, dang, the anniversary of X, Y, and Z is coming up. I don't really want that. No, I'm past that. I am not allowing that to pull me down again. Again, I've got videos on mindset and self-healing, etc. So this is not that video, so let's move on. This is not about shame. This is not about beating ourselves up. This is about awareness so we can do better. So when we have this information, we're now going to start setting up our master money plan for the next 365 days. So regardless of what month you're starting in, you now need to move to the next step. Now, in the description, I have the Master Your Money Plan Basic Workbook, free for you. Go down, grab yourself a copy. Also have a mini course, possibly multiple mini courses at this point, because I'm going to toll gauge you, stage you in baby steps on how to get this going and make this work for you. Share this video with someone who you know could use this information. It doesn't matter what age you are, but we women of a certain age that are looking forward to being able to retire or hybrid retire, semi-retire, we need this now more than anything. Your future self is going to thank you for the effort you put in now, and also that future self, she's not going to have to worry about figuring out her budget every month or if she's going to have money. Money is no longer going to be a main concern for her. It'll be a health check, it'll be a check-in, but it's not going to be a daily fret. You ever thought you could live that way? You can, and it's always been in your power to do this. Last year's information, that is not who you are. That is not your identity. But you do need to know what you did last year so that this year you can plan better and celebrate the fact that you are moving forward in life. Personal growth, it's a beautiful thing, and your budget is part of it. All right, y'all come back. Stop recording.